Cheers.
Hello, YouTube world. Welcome to another video. Already laughing at me. But yes, welcome to another episode of Tea with Joshua E. I think that's what I'm calling it. It is going to stick. And today, I'm very excited for this episode because I have the lovely Ruby and Emma, a.k.a. the Ethical Babes. Feel free to give your hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Nice to meet you all.
Just wanted to quickly say thank you all for tuning into this episode to chat with myself and these amazing people to talk a little bit about their life, my life, and just hopefully give some valuable content to you. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you can stay up to date with all the next episodes of this lovely Tea with Joshua E.
I think
Love
it's got a good ring
Yeah,
to it.
it's got a good kick.
I like it.
To start this off, we are all drinking the same tea. I've been hooked. Do you want to explain what this tea is?
It's Bengal spice.
It is the best tea ever.
But we're going to get going straight into this episode. I want to hear your vegan story. If it's together, share your
we
vegan
don't know
story.
each other
Didn't know
yet.
each
Okay.
other, no, but you've been vegan for longer, about 5 years, so...
Okay, so I'll tell mine.
Yeah, yours is, yeah.
Okay, so I think like when I was a teenager, I started thinking about maybe not wanting to hurt animals, but I did it more in a like, I'm only going to eat free-range chicken kind of way. And I thought I was being really cool for that, but... and then I think I was like, Mum, I want to be vegetarian. She was like, nah, nah. So that just sort of was put on hold for a while. I kind of forgot about it. And then the way that I was just, what was it? I was scrolling through Tumblr back in the day, the Tumblr days. And this girl that I followed put up some picture of a, like, I don't know, a factory farm or something, and then put a link to Gary Yourofsky's video. And I was like, ooh, I don't want to watch that. I really like ice cream, so I don't think I want to know. And then I started to be like, wait a second. If I know that I don't want to know, then I already know. Yeah. So one night, after having gelato messina and a cheesy pizza, I went home and watched Earthlings, Gary Yourofsky, and
Wow.
that was that. That was 5 years ago, and yeah, haven't looked
You
back.
became vegan 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice story. That was a
Thank
pretty
you.
epic night of
Yeah.
documentary
That was
watching.
it. Like,
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
overnight. And then I thought, oh my God, wow, people need to know this. People just don't know. I need to educate. And then within like a week, I realized people don't want to hear it.
People don't
They don't want to know.
They never do.
So I didn't
They
really do
keep
much
it-
other than just being vegan myself.
Yeah.
They keep it out of sight, out of mind for a reason.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just watch it all.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
That's my story.
Your
Yeah.
story, the vegan story.
Yeah, my story was more of like someone else's influence on me. Like someone inspired me to go vegan. I started dating this person who was already vegan for like a fair few years, and when I started dating him, he was like, "Well, like if we want to do this, then I want you to watch these documentaries." And
Fair.
like I already
And
knew.
now you're
Good
like
man.
that. with
And now
your
I'm
partner.
like that, exactly, yeah. So it's like, I'm really, really grateful, like, every single
Yeah.
day that he showed me all those documentaries, like Gary Yourofsky showed me those and everything like that. And I did my own research as well
Yeah.
after the fact. And then 3 years later, here we are today. So
Going
Wow.
strong?
yeah.
3
Still
years.
strong, yeah.
5 years.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, 8
8
collectively.
years collectively.
Total of
Yeah,
8 years of
exactly.
veganism. Yeah.
That's amazing. In this household, it's a great vegan household to be in, by the way.
Yeah,
And
you're always welcome.
I think it's
Yeah.
great to always hear about people's vegan stories because everyone
Yeah, it's really
went
interesting.
vegan
Yeah.
for a different reason. I went vegan. I was
Exactly.
sitting on a couch and just Googled healthiest diet.
I
Veganism
love that.
Came out,
I
and
love
was
that it
like,
came up when you Googled
Yeah.
that.
all right, so I guess I have to be vegan if I want to be healthy.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
one thing to share vegan stories. I love when
Yeah.
people go vegan, but what I'm really passionate about is taking that to the next level and being an
Yeah.
active voice for the animals
Yeah.
and starting to really promote the message in a way that's helping others come to the same conclusion
Exactly,
that you did.
yeah.
What is your becoming an activist or activism story? We'll start with you again.
Okay. So as I said, like at first I was like, oh my God, like I need to tell the whole world about this. If everyone just knew what was going on, then everyone would be vegan. And once I realized that that wasn't the case, I kind of actually got very silenced and really didn't even want to talk about it. Didn't even want to say the V word because I
got a
knew
bad
that people
stigma,
reacted
yeah.
in a bad way. So for like, I reckon like 4 years, I was pretty quiet. Like I would do the occasional post on Facebook, but I'd be really nervous and like always someone in my friends list would end up like, you know, starting a bit of an argument in the comments. And so I was just way too nervous to ever talk about it. And how did it happen? like, I don't know.
I think because we started living together, and then it was like the new year, and I was just like, look, I really want to do some activism because you and I like were inspiring each other all the time to like. I don't know, because we started living together.
I guess, yeah.
So it's like a collective, let's be
Yeah, like,
activists.
all right, let's do it. I wouldn't have started it if it wasn't for Ruby
and vice versa. We
So
were
like,
we were really nervous to go to the Cube. We were so
Really
shy. We
nervous.
stood there like, oh my god, like what do we do? And now they're like our besties, so that was really good that we took the plunge.
Fear is a natural thing when getting into activism. Would you say the Cube of Truth is was your first form of activism?
Yes.
Well, we wore t-shirts before that.
Cool.
Yeah,
Little
true.
That was the
t-shirt.
thing.
True.
Like,
We wore
I
t-shirts,
even used to be nervous to wear clothes that said that I was vegan because I didn't want people to think that I was like,
my God,
look at me,
vegan,
like I'm vegan. But then, and then I started to change my mindset and realize that every time that veganism comes into someone's like sphere, then that's a good thing, no matter what. So
spreading the message.
now we wear t-shirts of
when we go
veganism
running
all the time, and
just dropping some little subtle.
So we started by doing the Cube one day in January. So
It
it
was
was like
the 6th of January, I think.
6 months ago. Yeah, that was our New Year's reso.
Yeah.
And
Resolution. Resolution for short. A lot of abbreviations here in this house.
yeah.
So you got into the Cube. Did you start to feel what did you start to feel when you were out there being a voice for the animals?
Oh my
and
god,
actually
so alive, so much better. I realized,
There
what
was
have
like
I
a
been doing
massive
all this time? All I've been doing
Yeah.
is not causing harm to animals, and that's it. Like, it's nothing. I mean,
exactly,
it's something, but it's not that much.
Yeah, exactly.
How did you feel, Emma?
How did I feel? I was like, obviously, like ridiculously nervous when we first got there and everything like that. But then I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it, and then I like built up my confidence a bit more, and now every single time I go, I just like get on this massive high.
Yeah,
like, at the end of it, I'm just like, oh my god, I just want to do more.
Yeah. Because every good
it's-
conversation you have, you're like, oh my god, I'm actually making a difference.
Exactly. Yeah. The world's going vegan.
Yeah. It's really nice too when you find sort of this. When you find your purpose or your passion, maybe it's not your
Totally, that was the other thing. Once we started doing activism, we were like, okay, this is our life now. This is nothing makes us feel as like
it's an amazing
alive
thing, but
as
it's also
doing
a bad
activism.
thing because but it's an amazing
exactly,
thing.
Yeah, it's not such a like happy thing, but it's like, okay, well, this is our reason for being on Earth, so let's do it.
So you wear t-shirts, you promote the vegan message, you do cubes, you bear witness. I went to your first vigil
exactly.
here in Sydney. What other forms of activism do you do?
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Activism. I use my personal Facebook.
Ethical
as well.
Babes.
Yeah.
Link in description.
That's one way. What
Doing
else?
a couple of YouTube videos now as well.
YouTube
So,
videos.
yeah. We're getting involved in that.
At Ethical Babes.
And just talking about it a lot more openly instead of being
bringing it up in
instead of
conversation.
being sort of like, oh, like I don't want to disturb anyone or
exactly.
make anyone feel bad. No, I do want to make people feel bad. Not
not
that way.
bad
But like
at them,
if
but
you
just,
feel
like,
bad,
the
it's because
actions.
you know that what you're doing is.
Well, I think it's when you see the injustice happening and it becomes part of your life and you start to wake up, go to sleep, and you feel this passion for speaking out for the animals. It's hard to shut up.
Exactly.
It's hard
really
to not
hard.
want to like shake everyone and be like, see the lights.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Wake up kind of
There
thing.
was and in like terms of that as well, like struggling to get that point across. Like I had this massive thing with my family for a long time where like I didn't want to make them feel bad for their decisions and everything like that. So because my family lives down in Melbourne, I don't see them often. So when I do go and see them, like I used to be very passive about it and I'd like let them eat meat and everything like that. But then last time I went, it was a bit more of a deal and I kind of brought it up with them. I was like, look, it's actually like self-harm if I put myself in that position of being in a room with dead animals. So it took a lot of convincing and it was, there was a lot of like tears involved as well. But in the end, my sister, because she was the one that was organising all the food and everything like that, she's like, all right, fine, we'll make it vegan. And it was just like the most like loveliest thing that she could have ever done. Like even though she was a little bit like, I don't know, uncertain about it, still just the ultimate decision that she helped make that achievable for me. So
it's amazing to hear because I think what you see happens is when you become more passionate about stuff and you actually start doing it, family and friends take notice.
Respond better,
and
definitely.
they're like, oh, they're not just saying, hey, I'm vegan, I'm an activist.
Totally.
It's not
doing it.
Totally.
It actually has,
You're living it.
Exactly.
So
100%.
that goes into my next thing. I love vegan stories, activist stories, but for the people watching, if you are not active yet, if you're toying around with the idea of getting active, what is both of your bit of advice to someone who is vegan but is not yet active?
Okay, shall I go?
Yeah, go for it.
Go with the trend.
Because I had just a big sort of change of mindset that changed a lot of things for me. So once I realized that like these are victims that are getting just needlessly tortured constantly, once I got into my head that like they need to be spoken for, it just changed everything, because like
it's not just about you and me
no,
anymore. It's about
it's like wait a second, like I don't need to worry about, you know, people's day being disturbed by this. These animals, these victims can't speak in our language that we understand. I mean, we can understand if we really look at their eyes, but like a lot of people don't seem to think that they can express themselves. So like just remember that you're speaking for someone that needs help, needs your help.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So put the victim first.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, speak with empathy.
Cool.
Like,
Yeah.
kind of put yourself in the animal's position and be like, well, if I was there, would I want someone to speak up for me? And obviously
Definitely
the answer would be yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah, and as you can see, there's so many different ways to be active.
Yeah.
From wearing t-shirts to putting stickers on your water bottle to going to the Cube of Truth, bearing witness. I mean, social media, it's find
so
what
much.
you're comfortable doing, what you're passionate about, and try to align that with your activism, and then try other forms of activism, because you went on your own journey of different forms of activism, and then I feel like you found that vegan outreach is something that you enjoy doing, that you're able to connect with people. So find what resonates with you.
Exactly. Just do everything you can, everything you can think of, and
the animals would want us doing everything and anything possible.
Yeah.
So I love that. A little bit of motivation for all of you. If you have any questions on how to get active, put them in the comments, send me a message, send them a message online. We want to be able to strengthen this community of people out there just doing work for the animals, because we need to get to that end goal, total animal liberation.
Total animal liberation.
And
it's achievable.
the only way we're going to get there is if we are all active.
Yeah,
exactly.
So veganism, activism story, motivation to go active. I want to throw a little change of sort of scenery.
Okay.
Scenery
Let's
topic.
change the scenery. Cool.
Topic,
When I first found you on Instagram, I noticed zero waste was a big part of your life. I was like, look at those girls out in front of a bulk store, like shopping with some glass bottles. Yeah. What is your zero waste story?
Okay.
I think this is also a really amazing thing for people to hear.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of coincides with the whole vegan thing as well, because it's like, we're just very environmentally conscious since going vegan as well. Like, it's just become more and more prominent how like terrible a situation our planet is in, and that so many people are unconscious to that fact. So like slowly but surely we've been doing little bits. Like we've changed our toothbrushes. That was like the first thing to go.
To what? From what to what?
From plastic toothbrushes to bamboo brushes.
Cool.
That's the easiest one you can do. Obviously not using like straws and everything like that. Like those are the normal
straws
things
are for suckers.
That's a good one. It's funny.
But also like bringing containers everywhere. Like my bag is always full of containers and jars and like reused paper bags, because I don't want to go into like supermarkets and stuff and buy things in plastic anymore. So I make sure that I have extra bags with me at all times. Nice. And I look like an idiot because I carry around all the stuff with me, but you know, like it's really handy at the end of the day as well. And buying in bulk. Like we go to Naked Foods often. And we stock up on all of our things that we need, and buy
your spices in bulk.
Oats in bulk. Spices.
It's so hard though. Like once you become a conscious consumer, not just like not just conscious of not buying animal products, but conscious of like all the impact that's happening
every single
with your choices, with the things that you purchase.
Yeah,
like it's actually so hard to be. To do it properly,
to do
like
zero waste.
Once you really start thinking about it, it's like, oh my god, there is plastic in so many things that we buy. Like if you really want to, it takes effort. It takes like a big change in commitment. Like lifestyle. And I don't know, I went for a run this morning and I went down to the beach, and literally on the shoreline I picked up about 8 plastic bottles that had just come out of the sewage pipe and were just about to float into the ocean, and like it made me really, it actually made me cry, but that's because this problem is so much bigger than each individual can actually, help. So I just think about the ocean and the fact that all the plastic that's ever existed still exists, and it means that like the inconvenience of having to take your own container is not as inconvenient as like being a fish and eating a piece of plastic when you're trying to eat food.
There's actually a documentary called A Plastic Ocean, and it's on
Worth
Netflix.
watching, yes.
Everyone needs to watch that
A
because
Plastic Ocean.
Yeah, it's
a
free on
plastic
Netflix.
ocean.
So
And we went and saw a screening actually in Sydney. There's a couple that are that are going around, but it really brings to light how dire the situation is. Like they've got some footage of like this island that's just off the coast of Sydney, and they've got all these seagulls there, and the seagulls are only a couple of weeks old, and they're dying of starvation because their stomachs are full of plastic. Like it's so heartbreaking, so heartbreaking. So
do you feel that it should be also our duty not only to protect the innocent beings of this planet with the foods we eat and the things that we wear, but with what we choose to consume and how we choose to consume it?
Yeah, definitely, because everything has an effect like way bigger than you can actually see directly. Like even if we are still just talking about animals, the fact that plastic being in the ocean affects animals' lives means that like I think part of being vegan and being conscious means like trying to minimize your waste intake. Yeah, definitely. 100%. You can't suddenly be perfect, but it's all about just like every day trying to be a little bit better.
And we can make steps, and we can gradually get to purging our home of wasteful products and consuming more mindfully. So I think it's always good. I really enjoyed hearing about that side of it. Yeah. I do, since I forgot to talk about it in the beginning, I did this in my last episode with the Cheesy Vegan. In 45 seconds or less.
Oh gosh.
Who are you?
What? Okay, Emma, you go first.
Who am I?
It could be. You could say, "Hi, my name is." You can do whatever you want, but 45 seconds. Who are you?
45 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you timing?
No. Go. Jake did it for like a minute and 30.
Well, I'm Emma. I'm originally from Holland. I was born over there. I moved to Australia when I was 5 years old, and I grew up in Melbourne for about 18 years. And then 3 years ago, I moved up to Sydney. Changed my life completely. Went vegan. Met like the most amazing people in my life. Met Ruby. My background is in interior design. I love to like sew and get creative. I play a lot of netball. I love knowing that I'm a listener. Like I love to counsel people. Like if they have any problems, I love it when people come to me and talk to me about their things, because I just love getting and helping people get stuff off their chest. I don't necessarily have the answers, but I just like knowing that they have the ability to vent and everything. Yeah, what else is there about me?
That's pretty good.
That was good.
Yeah, 45
that was really good. I think that was 45 seconds. On to you.
Okay, so my name is Ruby, and I have been blessed with a really easy life. Like I haven't really honestly had any struggles at all in my life, and sometimes I feel like that's a bit unfair. So what I do with that feeling is I think that my purpose here, and the reason why I've been gifted such, blessings, is because I'm here to help other people and other beings and help the world be a better place. And yeah, I feel like I got dealt such a good hand that I have to utilize it by like sharing some of the love and the joy that I've been given.
And you're really pretty good at it. So.
Thanks.
So much love in this house. I stayed here when I was in Sydney last time, and it's like, if you could see, there are just so many. There are more plants this time.
The
house is filled with plants. Everything that everything that they have is like recycled, or they found on the street or secondhand.
Like these mugs, we literally found these on the side of the road.
Rainbow mugs.
Rainbow mugs.
What about this one?
That one we found on the side.
We found that somewhere too. Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
All of our furniture we found on the side of the road.
And our fridge has never had an animal product in it.
Same with the knife that we use.
Our knife has never cut an animal product.
Yeah.
That is amazing. It should be inspiration for all of you that if you're not vegan, veganism will find you, and it should find you, and you'll wake up to this new stream of consciousness and feel amazing, mind, body, and soul, being able to live in alignment with your values that all beings deserve: love, equality, peace, respect, and justice. You'll then be able to find a zero waste lifestyle, which it's hard in the beginning. Yeah. As with anything, to get a new habit.
We're not perfect as well.
Oh no, we're definitely not perfect.
We still have some plastic waste. Sometimes,
It's got technology and buying new stuff, but it's just why I like to have these combos is because I think every single person offers a different bit of value to the world. Yeah. And so my goal is to be able to sit down with all of these incredible people around the world and share their stories with you, even if it's only for 10, 15, 20 minutes. We could sit here and chat forever, but we have some activism to do this
So
afternoon.
much activism.
Some
Yeah,
lunch
gonna
to
go save
eat.
some lives.
And I think this was a really awesome discussion, interview, chat,
Yeah.
hangout. I hope you were able to find some value in this. If you have any questions, make sure to message these two at
Please,
Ethical
yes,
Babes.
we've got
At
time.
Ethical Babes. I'll put that link in the description to their social medias. If you haven't followed me yet, then do that.
Yeah,
It's on
definitely.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Joshua
Follow
Entis.
Content.
Subscribe to the channel. I hope I'm going to be doing these videos once a week with people in different countries.
Yes, that'd be
If you want to see any specific videos, leave those in the comments below. I really wanted to get your guitar out and do a song.
Yeah, I
but
was
that-
thinking that.
Should we do that? Should we end it really quick?
What should we sing?
I don't know. I was going to ask them if they want to hear it, but you're not going to get to answer.
We won't be able to know if they want to.
Yeah. We can give them a little bonus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, grab the
Get the
guitar.
guitar.